Hello and welcome to Arsenal Domination, where I want to reflect further on the game against Stamford Bridge before attention turns to Brentford on Wednesday. But undoubtedly, this result will feel like a disappointment in the context of the game. As I said yesterday, Arsenal will have felt, having played against 10 men for so long, that they could and should have won the game. But ultimately, I think this is going to be a big point in the grand scheme of the season. My belief is that you win titles, obviously, by being consistent, but you win the Premier League title by getting good, positive results at home and making sure you don't lose too many of the big games away from home. But crucially, you pick up points against the lesser sides. And Arsenal, on that latter one, have been particularly really good at that this season. And they have picked up some big away results, likes of Newcastle, which help with that one. They have picked up a good win against Spurs at home, for instance. So I think in terms of the grand scheme of things, Arsenal still very, very well placed for the title, and I just think that they will go on and do it. It just feels like they are going to. But as I say, a disappointment in terms of the result itself because of the way it happened. But I do think we need to look and reflect on Arsenal's performance because it was average. It wasn't brilliant. And in some ways, that makes the result a little bit better because you've gone through a title rival in Chelsea, played badly and got a point. But in some ways, you don't want to repeat that. And that's where Arsenal will need to look. And I think, look, Arsenal, Mikel Arteta got the results right in terms of his substitutions and his tactics against Bayern and Spurs. Didn't get it quite so right here today. I thought the substitutions were the right ones, by and large, to be fair. You know, we went more attacking. We tried to get extra attacking players on the pitch and replace the players that weren't playing particularly well, Ezra in particular, having a bit of a poor game. And it didn't work. And look, sometimes that happens. So, Mikel Arteta will have to take some responsibility for that. But equally, every manager gets things right in some games and gets them wrong in other games. But I think the area I'd really be looking at this was really the sort of in-game management on the pitch. Arsenal got themselves involved in too many altercations. They gave away silly fouls. They descended to the physical, nasty game that Chelsea wanted to play. The sort of constant sort of little fouls to disrupt the flow of the game. And Arsenal let themselves get suckered into that. And I'm sure Mikel Arteta will have said that at half-time, and then we go away and give that silly free kick away. So I think there is a leadership here thing on the pitch, a responsibility for the players. And I think that's a big lesson I want to take from this game, really. And look, it will happen at times this season. I'm not calling out the players. It's not consistent. It's the first time we've really seen it this season. But I do think it's that leadership on the pitch, getting the players by the scruff of the neck. Arsenal were missing leaders in the likes of Gabriel and Saliba yesterday, but there was still enough out there. Rice, Saka, Odegaard came on to get it. And I think that's really where Arsenal need to look at that and go, look, let's dig in for 20 minutes and then let's go and play. And I think if we can do that more consistently when we're in it, the season will still be very bright.